Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome into the blockchain basement, home of the player haters of the year. My name is Drew, coming at you with the crypto news of the day. We've had a lot happen over the weekend. I have a whole hell of a lot of news to get through today, but today, Bitcoin taking a nice, healthy haircut. Man, people are losing it. They're asking, when's the entry points? I see some entry points that are pretty similar to what I'm looking at on the charts. But first and foremost, Isaac.
Yes, sir.
How was your weekend, good sir?
It was busy. I was happy to see Bitcoin hold $68,000 all weekend, and me and my dad were fucking printing.
What a scam we wake up to this morning and just whip down to the downside. Unbelievable. I was looking for the healthy retracement over the weekend. We did not get that. Instead, we have all the violence choosing us today. Here we are. And of course, Bitcoin had to peak right at about $69,420 before just ripping to the downside in wonderful usual fashion here. They had always 69,420, man.
69,420.
You got to watch out for that number. The world works in mysterious ways. What up to everyone out in the chat, first of all, here, or second of all, Shake and Bake, C90FTW, Ryan Shoots. Do you think if I wrote in that one Australian painter on the ballot, I'd end up on a list? Probably not. They don't look at your ballots, you know. They just choose what they want. I'm just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. I'm probably on a lot of lists. It's a good question, Ryan. Working and lurking, Crypto Breezy, flushing fire hydrants all week. Lewis, what is up, my man? Captain Gary, KO Kev, Nicole Ministator, German Photo. Is Drew going skiing after the show? Veteran Crypto, what up? You know what? I'm taking advantage of the slightly cold weather and wearing my favorite beanie, the Frankie Candles.
Oh, yes.
Candle beanie.
The candle
beanie. I missed this beanie. And now that it's slightly cold, I'm from Colorado, so I'm whipping out all the cold weather gear. I'm going to use it while I can here. Look, you're in a sweatshirt now.
I'm in a sweatshirt. This is brand new. I got it yesterday. It says 404 error.
Oh,
you know, we're dead inside.
Yeah, okay. Nice, very nice. Shout out to everyone, though. And yeah, we're going to get into a lot of news. We got a lot of macroeconomic and war pressures happening, which, in my opinion, is playing into this, but also going to be tracking some wallets that have hammered in early on some of the best performing meme coins as of late to see what other projects they're looking at, and a whole hell of a lot of news to go around for our favorite altcoins as well. So interesting times on the morning. Let's check out High Block. We're currently sitting here at $66,920. Let's check out where liquidity lives for the moment being here. We'll do the 12-hour on High Block. First of all, it's probably going to restart and kick me out here. Let's see. It rugs me like this every day. I'm going to do this again. Don't worry. You can. Oh, page not found. Really? Okay, here we go. Your 404 sweater like doomed this thing.
My bad.
That's all your fault. I like using the old version. I like the old version. Let's see here. So we go to the 12-hour. I have seen some people signing up through our link. If you guys like using the liquidity viewpoint for High Block, we have a link down in the description you can use and support the channel. Well, let's see where things are living right now. A little snapshot. There's the line of liquidity above us. $68,900. This is on the 12-hour time frame. Let's back it up a little bit. Check out the 7-day real quick, right quick, because I got a lot of opinions flying all over the place on where price is going. And really, I just want to see where money, it's pretty close to grabbing this. The 65.9. See, I was talking about, let's look here, because I was looking at the chart. And I was feeling like the volume node of just about $66,000 looks like the juiciest entry point for me. I love long in Bitcoin in a bull market. Really, 66,000, the top end of this momentary shelf, just above and about to the wick of this previous price pump. So that's kind of why I was watching 66K just from a chart standpoint. But it does look like there's also a stack of liquidity to grab if we punch down to about $65,800. Very, very interesting to see. This weekend held off on the trading. I just wanted to see price reset. Did you see, Isaac, you walked in and saw your dad longing ApeCoin for some damn reason?
Yeah, why? I got home at like 12:30 after a college football watch party with some of my friends. I come home, my dad's sitting there on the computer with his 4 monitors, just charts, everything.
Your dad's a degen.
He is a degen. And then he was longing ApeCoin for $162 profit.
Oh my god! Well, he's trading with a little bit of money then.
Yeah, it was like he traded with like what $52.
Yeah.
And he turned it into like a little over 200.
Oh, he 3x'd it.
So yeah,
There you go.
Bag, man.
Not bad. Not bad.
Shout out Pops.
Now what do we got on the altcoins here? Let's see how the altcoins are behaving. We got this 2.3% pullback on Bitcoin. Let's do a refresh, see who's doing this. Let's see here. Cat in a Doge world, Cosmos. But it's interesting to see Jupiter. Jupiter went above $1 today. This felt good. This is actually turning into a pretty good size of my portfolio now, because I've done all my buying and DCAing of Jupiter in the 70-cent range. It's trying to peek its head above $1. That's great. People are making fun of your size of trading, Isaac.
My size of trading?
Yeah, well, it's your dad's size. And that's kind of crazy, because your dad is like, he's pretty well off, I think.
Yeah.
He's trading with $60. Like, each one of my trades is basically $1,000, maybe $2,000. But then I use leverage, so honestly, it gets a little sketchy at times. ApeCoin went ape shit yesterday. Let's look at the biggest gainer here. Where is ApeCoin? I want to see where ApeCoin is right now, because ApeCoin over the weekend just came out of the gate swinging. It's at $1.52. Shout out, it did not die. Look at this.
It's alive.
It is alive. It's at 70 cents, and there's a lot of pain from the ApeCoin holders, you know, all through this downtrend. Just what is going on? Taco and DZ kept staking this thing, kept hodling on. And now, if you look at this thing was at $20, $23 when it initially kind of came out. The hype was there.
Yeah. And
then just absolutely, man, death and destruction on that. Crazy to see. See how the other alts are acting here. This is a spicy market. We see Cosmos coming out of the woodwork. $4.83. Shout out to the Cosmos holders. Popcat not giving up. We got Axie Infinity out. I hate this. Axie Infinity coming out. This is the all-time graph for Axie Infinity. It hit $150. Now it's one of the top gainers, currently sitting at $5 per token. The bull market's back. Oh my God.
oh, we're so back, baby.
Honestly, I like not being back because I like DCAing in the pain moments. I really do. And sometimes talking about like hot projects when everything's up and to the right, it gets a little queasy for me, because then I just know that there's always pullbacks. Nothing keeps going up to the right. So yeah, I'm always about finding good entry points here. Other things, let's look at the biggest losers for today, because I saw Aerodrome's falling. Look at this, $1.21 on Aerodrome, down 6.6%. No, 666, not great. Still holding above. I was hoping that $1.25 would hold as its momentary support. That did not happen. So here we are. Next stop might be around $1.06, $1.07 if Bitcoin's haircut continues. Not the worst thing in the world, because the bags are still extremely up. But you know what? If it comes back down and under the dollar range, then I figure I'll start DCAing again. Like the plan on Aerodrome, I got those 50-cent entry points. I got the 18-cent entry point. Now what I'm looking for is, you know, adding to the position within this range, basically from 90 to $1. That would feel just fine for me if we do keep getting this haircut. Check out the other losers, see if there's any opportunity sitting here. What do we got here? Ordi. I don't know about this Ordi swap thing. What is this thing? Because this was, I mean, if you got in early, like this is when me and Johnny were excited about it. Then it just started going parabolic. It is putting in higher lows though on the recent. This is Ordi swap, right?
Yeah.
This is Ordi swap. It hit a high of, what is this? $86. Holy shit, on a shingle.
Yes.
You want to unmute this mic? Look at this. What is this? I got the G himself joining me. Do we got his shot set up already and everything? Holy shit. Kelly, how you doing, bud?
What's up, guys?
You feeling good?
Dude, I couldn't be more excited about what this market's doing and where it's going. Give us that little pullback. Let's shake off a little bit more weak-handed bitches, which is none of you all, because this thing is about to rock, dude.
Is someone bringing up dog? I think that there's an ordinals version of dog, and then there's a base chain dog token that both piqued my interest. So I will be looking at those. Shout out, thanks for joining me today, Kelly.
Dude, I miss you guys.
Man, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back. So let's check out all the news
Can you
here.
tell?
What?
The market's changing me.
Oh, you got a sweater now.
I'm not all black. I'm trying to wear a little bit more color.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like those colorful green candles. So
okay, so it's like gray, green now.
I'm just color, baby. Let's
okay.
go.
All right. That guy looked familiar. That's Kelly Kellum from the BitLab Academy. joining us. Great to have him on the show. Honestly, I love talking to you about crypto, man. Now we had BlackRock ETFs became the third largest ETF in year-to-date flows. That's cool. TradFi still hammering into ETFs. We'll see what the flows look like from today with this downward price action if they're still hammering in as the price is going down. This is Matthew Hyland's highlight just on the weekly close. That was a damn good looking weekly close on this candle. But now the freaking pullback, what does the pullback look like? Because let's go to the week. I want to see this. Bam. Jesus. I need one of those like track pads or something like that to zoom in a little easier here. Let me get this thing out of the way. All right. So we had an amazing weekly candle close, and now we're giving up. Now, Kelly, I don't think this trend's broken just looking at this, but you know, the next fib here at the 618 sits at about $64,700. Is it feasible that we see a retest around it? Because this is right around where the 200 SMA is living too. Is it feasible at this point?
64, somewhere between 64 and 66, I think is going to be tapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way too.
Yeah.
And on my long, like a scalp long entry, I'm looking in the 66 range, maybe 65.9. Looking at the liquidity map, that'd be right about there. About the top end of this week. Shout out to MVino for dropping the memberships as well to the show. Thank you for your support. Very much appreciate you. Whew. It's getting. I wear my sweatshirt stuff to work, and then I start sweating as I actually start getting into it.
Well, it's like cold as shit in the morning now, and then
I know.
2 hours later, you're like, man, it's
I know.
muggy.
I'm growing some baby chickens up in this weather, and it is a lot of work to keep them warm. So yeah, I mean, we're looking at the 618 retracement level being a potential for Bitcoin. I'll be trying out some scalp longs around the 65.9 level if we do get that pullback to that range. So this is just a good looking weekly candle close. Really, pretty impressive. I didn't see it happening so fast, but by God, it only took us a few weeks to get from, what was this, like 52,000? I started the trade-in back up basically at 52. So it's been great. But you know what? I found some problems that I needed adjusting because I was setting the stop loss too tight. I was setting the stop loss at like a 5% stop on my initial trade. I'd get shook out a lot of times on candles,
What
wicks.
leverage are you doing?
Well, like 20x. You know what I mean?
So yeah, so it's a huge reduction of
Oh yeah. And then when I would put,
So it's basically a 1% less than that. Yeah. Wait.
it is less than 1% is what it takes to move,
Yeah.
and then you're wicked out. But then oftentimes I'd get in profit, and then I would put the stop loss at least covering the fee of the trade, so I could go to sleep. And oftentimes it just comes and wicks out. But I like to just play it a little conservative on that side. Don't hate myself for doing it. Probably playing around the 15 to 20x leverage at this rate. But I am sniffing around at that 65.9 level for my next scalp long. I did see this for October's Bitcoin mining revenue plummeted by 70% from its March peak. Miners generating less than 9,000 Bitcoin so far this month. Kind of interesting to see. Now, we see the revenue going down, the halving coming in, but we also know that BlackRock invested heavily into Marathon and all these. I think BlackRock has big stake in like 4 out of the 5 top American mining corporations. Do you think that BlackRock might be taking an L by investing in these huge mining infrastructure plays?
I think a lot of people forget and I hear this a lot. But how is mining going to be sustainable? It's a weird investment thesis if you think about it. How could you invest in something that you know is going to have a terminal date, which of course it's like 130 years from now or something.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is miners are always going to be needed. Miners are needed because they confirm all transactions and process it. And yes, they make fees as well. The fees are quite low. They're making most of their money on the rewards. However, when you also consider things like runes and you think a Bitcoin layer 2s in the DeFi world that is likely going to explode on Bitcoin, that's going to drive up the block value and have different revenue that comes in outside of just the rewards that they're getting for mining the block. So in some ways, I would argue you want things like runes and ordinals and Bitcoin DeFi to come out because it strengthens the case for Bitcoin miners to participate and also reduces their need to sell Bitcoins to mitigate losses when the market is in a downturn.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a business. They need to sell what they're mining to keep, profits coming in, basically.
Yeah, if the market's not doing well and the difficulty, like right now, for instance, we just saw on almost said BitLab show, on the Discover Crypto show.
Yeah.
They were talking about the hash rate being higher than it's ever been. Well, that also means that it's going to be less profitable for the average miner out there because it's the strongest it's ever been. So you're in the most competitive field. A strong hash rate means everybody and every miner that's everything's on. Everybody's competing for those blocks. So it makes it a harder profit landscape. But
it pushes the average person out of the game.
It
By and large,
does,
like they're well out of the game.
But I think it's also everybody's turning, if you think about it, miners are turning their shit on because they want it. They're forecasting. They're feeling like this market is about to rip. So they don't want to miss blocks when this thing just starts pumping.
Now, other important question, and it's pinned in the chat. Kelly, what do you think? Who wins in a all-out, drag-out fight to the death? A grizzly bear, a full-grown grizzly bear, or a full-grown silverback gorilla? What say you?
Grizzly bear.
You think so? What's your reasoning? Give me your reasoning.
When I was 12 years old, my aunt still lives in Alaska, but she flew my sister and I out to Alaska.
Yeah.
And we took, I'm not joking, 6 subsequent consecutive planes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the, I'm talking wilderness, to Katmai National Park. And it is the largest national bear reserve in the world. It's grizzly bears. And I've seen gorillas.
Yeah.
They ain't got shit on a full-grown fucking grizzly
They're
bear.
like the size of a fucking house, man. Like as tall
Dude.
as a house. Like I don't understand why people think a gorilla is going to win in a fight against a grizzly bear.
No.
It is insane to me.
The grizzly bears will...
Well, and the gorilla Maxi's argument is that they have opposable thumbs and they're smarter and they might pull some jujitsu out on the bear. Okay, so a gorilla is like 90% muscle, a gorilla.
Jiu-jitsu.
Look at how, oh my God, look, 41% thing. But here's the thing, is that gorillas don't fight to the death. They do basically push matches with each other in the wild. They don't fight to the death. A grizzly bear's mouth is meant to tear and hold and rip flesh. And these gigantic claws, plus the grizzlies grow up to 1,500 pounds. The gorilla's topping out about 500 pounds. I just don't understand where this thought process comes from. My God.
It's too many people watch King Kong.
That's a good point. They see the King Kong moment with the T-Rex and they're like, man, he's got this. But the King Kong, that's CGI, you know, that's not real. Gorilla's going to bash the brains out of a bear. All right. So now I saw the super chat. I think it was Pew Pew Cruz. Bring up Carve. I do remember looking at Carve's price action when it originally came out.
AI itself says a full-grown grizzly bear is generally larger and heavier than a full-grown gorilla and would likely win in a fight.
Yeah.
AI says
AI knows, you know, the nose. Is that Grok AI too?
No, I just searched on Google, you know, the AI overview.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a argument that is going to last forever. Here's Carve. Okay. Now it looks like it's on base chain. This is a newer project. And I remember I was covering it when it was come out. It's since definitely settled out. Now this, Kelly, look at this. So you have a super heavy excitement about this project when it comes out. It's got 100.
What is this? Never heard of it. Drop that alpha, dude.
Yeah, so we're going to the website. They got nearly 1 million followers on their Twitter account. And when you go and check out what it actually is, building a modular data layer for gaming and AI. Okay, cool. So it's trying to combine like the AI narrative with gaming. Now, when we go to here, I'm just snooping around their website, kind of see. I don't want to connect the wallet online here. Carve Play. Looks like you got to connect the wallet to get into any of these things. Gaming is something that I've happily faded because most of them really haven't performed nicely. AVAX is probably the closest gaming play that I have.
Right, but that has the broader case of basically. And do you see AVAX 9000?
AVAX 9000.
So they just put out an update to Avalanche that allows basically they made it way simpler to launch tokens, launch new layer ones, basically build an ecosystem on top of Avalanche.
Really?
Yeah, it took it from, I think it was you had to hold a minimum of 3,000 Avalanche before to have a node to launch a chain. Now you need 1.3 Avalanche per month.
Okay. Okay.
so-
Make it more accessible to build upon.
Yeah, so basically it opens up the avenue to, if you want to build out. Basically, the ecosystem on Avalanche is probably about to explode.
Yeah. And Avalanche, like I sold all of my XRP, but I still hold like 10% of the original bag of AVAX. It's been performing pretty damn good. It's hanging around the $25, $30
See, I did
range.
not know that. Did you know Play Off the Grid has a token?
No, we're finding the ticker GUN. Not only does it act as an in-game currency, but it has a gas token that powers the layer 1.
Dude, let's look up Gun, dude. What's
Yeah,
Gun looking like?
Let's go
that's
here.
great.
This is fun. This is fun. I'm glad you're, because I take my holdings of Avalanche for granted sometimes. Let's see here. Why doesn't it give me the juice? Let's go here. God, this might get weird. Hold on.
BitTensor, Avalanche, and Near are probably my 3 most exciting plays this cycle.
BitTensor, Avalanche, and Near.
Yeah.
See, and Near, I have a good bag of. I've been hammering into Near. I moved a lot of profits from ICP into Near, actually.
So at the 3 conferences I went to this year, then Brussels, Nashville, and then Singapore, all 3 times I sat with I hung out with and was talking with a couple core top level people at Near. And I actually asked them point blank when I was in Brussels. I said, so let me ask you. A lot of people speculate. They say, "Oh, Near is kind of in the AI narrative, but it's only because it initially launched as AI, but it doesn't do that." They just started laughing. They said, "You have no idea what's coming. We in the next 6 months. That was the timeline is roughly around January.
Yeah.
In the next 6 months, we have a huge number of major developments that are going to be released out on the public in the AI space.
Well,
And
we're taking the AI narrative for granted, I
Yeah.
feel like, because we're used to it and shit. The average person is not ready for what's coming with AI. And it's always been my opinion, we're going to be in like a technological arms race with China over the data power to push this AI into implementation. Like China's got a really strong data infrastructure. And I feel like America is going to turn the heat up on that.
AI to tech and to just the world in general is about 10,000 more impactful than when we invented the plow.
Jeez. You think so?
Because before the plow, you had to go out there and hand dig trenches.
Yeah.
You had to hand plant. Then you had a plow that you just pull behind. Technology function is to speed up the velocity of X, whether that's of planting crops or jobs and services, efficiency, all these things. I don't think it feels like it's blown out of proportion, but I don't think we can even highlight the possibilities of what's coming.
Well, dude, we use AI all the time. It just as in the metaphor you just said, like it automates data research and it makes things pretty smooth when you want to find specific information, like processes within political institutions. When you want to basically build out, like I make a lot of imagery on AI very, very easily. I don't need a graphics designer because I have AI and it makes an immense amount of graphics for me. And then I just can use my creativity to put these pieces of the puzzle together. And I really think that,
dude,
that's a pretty amazing thing.
I do posts on thestreet.com, which is a major financial digital magazine, I guess you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to do that, I do these articles. I don't write the articles.
Yeah, AI.
I do a 7 to 10 minute video. I take this transcript, I plug it into ChatGPT. I say, write me a four paragraph article with bullet point summary at the end. Give me a title and a deck. The deck is like the 1 or 2 line sort of sentence description. It does it. Now, I don't post it as is. It takes me about 3 minutes. Okay, I'll do some small humanization of it. But I'm taking the video transcript and turning that into an article without having to write an article.
When I'm snooping around for this gun token, I don't think it's out yet. So I think we're going to have to try to track this thing. And I just got on a Play Off the Grid. I just followed them because I'm pretty excited to see Off the Grid popping off the way it is. So I followed this, and I'm going to be tracking to see when this gun token is released. I'll probably get with Crimson Caravine to see if he knows when this is coming out. So that'll be interesting to see. Let's see here. I want to go through the rest of this stuff because we got a lot of stuff to get through here. I got to delete all this, cover the mining stuff. Oh, yeah. Here's Obama. Shout out. And remember this.
He
This is great.
doesn't realize that he actually sings gloriously why Bitcoin's awesome. He thinks he's talking down to it.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Because if in fact you can't crack that at all, government can't get in.
Thank you.
Then everybody's walking around with a Swiss bank account in their pocket.
Oh no, we have a Swiss bank account in our pocket. What will the powers that be ever do if we can control our own money, right? It's just incredible. And shout out to this, Obama seeing this clip resurge reminded me of, well, on top of this is crazy, a legal prohibition against Bitcoin that can restore unique implementation of permanent primary deficits, and so can a tax on Bitcoin, says the Minneapolis Fed. Here's how a new Bitcoin tax should be calculated according to them. Suppose the government imposes a flow tax equal or what is this, 0p? I don't even know all this garbage.
0%?
Yeah, 0 percentage points on every owner of unit of Bitcoin. This tax can be viewed as a negative dividend.
Or 0 per transaction? I don't know.
Isn't this wonderful? A negative dividend. Or essentially just having ownership and exposure to Bitcoin, you owe them for doing that. They're trying to essentially, this feels like a property tax they're trying to put on owning Bitcoin, because that's something kind of interesting right now is you can own a home, but you owe property taxes on it every single year. And if you don't pay those property taxes, they enforce it with violence and they take the location from you, right? Now they see the power of owning your own digital assets and not being forcibly taxed upon that hold time frame. Talking about trying to implement a negative dividend. This shows me how terrified the institutions at large are of people actually realizing the power of Bitcoin and escaping their constant taxation to death. You know what I mean? It really is a sign that the system is desperate, weak, and we see things on the other side, like Japan's planning to cut Bitcoin and crypto taxes from 55% back down to 20%. Imagine 55% tax on your crypto holdings. That is absolutely insane. If the Democratic Party wins the election, so that's pretty crazy.
I would love, because that term is just thrown around these days. I don't think anybody's really a Republican or Democrat based on how we consider them, because we've seen the left has flipped so far. They're not even Democrats anymore. It'd be funny to see what the Japanese Democrat, like what their stances are. It's probably like so far right wing compared to Democrats.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the average, I feel like the left here is, they've really lost the plot. So God, I got even more breaking news. The U.S. is sending another 400. I don't even have this on my computer yet. The U.S. is sending another $400 million in military aid to the Ukraine. Just announced.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How are they doing with North Carolina?
Not great. Really not great. You know who is doing great with supporting North Carolina is you guys.
Musk.
No, well, Elon Musk, but honestly, the community here, we have been dropping links from Nick Dimandi on the Amazon wish list, and you guys are absolutely making it rain with donated goods. They're showing up. They're stacking up like a little mountain at our front door.
When is he going?
He's going out there this week, but he's been just giving the goods to the church that's going. They're doing runs back and forth up there. So he's working with a church.
Oh, dude, I'll call it out on BitLab tomorrow.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah. Please do, because we even got I can't find the retweet, but Hotep Jesus gave us some love on that donation as well. So we'll get into that. Now that we're talking about it, I may as well just go over to Nick's his Twitter account here, Nick Diamond Nuts Dimandi. He's out here collecting goods for the people that are afflicted up in North Carolina. You can follow him at Nick Dimandi, hit him up directly. And, he's out here. He is the agent of chaos. And you can hit him up, be like, yo, where's that link? He said that it was pinned to his profile, but I'm not seeing it here. But just hit him up, send him a message, and make it happen, folks. You guys are killing it out there. And it really makes my heart happy to see that happening. So we saw this huge jump in silver price in China, now trading at $37 American a unit. Not a great sign to see silver and gold hitting these massive highs. Gold hit an all-time high of about $2,738 just this morning. And we've covered this before, but these nation states within BRICS nations have been stacking gold to the absolute rooftops. And in my opinion, I know a bunch of people are going to disagree with this, but if I see nations that oppose the U.S. and the world reserve currency in a fiscal and physical realm, they're likely going to stack gold as their reserve asset should things get wonky in the third world championship, so they have something backing their currency moving forward. That's just me. Now we have this bond erosion accelerating. This is the U.S. 10-year up by 1.3%. 30-year U.S. bonds up by 1%. Australia up by 1%. Australia's 5-year up by 1.5. The 10-year 1.8. Spain's 1.25. Germany 10-year is up by 2.6%. And France. So these are all NATO nations with their bonds increasing, getting harder and harder to find buyers of immense, never-ending debt. One thing me and TJ were talking about this morning is I do believe the 2-year has not flipped the 10-year yet. So we're watching that pretty closely. But as it sits right now, governments in the NATO nations are looking for more buyers of this insurmountable debt, which has gone vertical. This is the government current expenditures interest payments. So this is interest on our debt. Look at that. Not a meme coin. This looks fun, doesn't it? Does it feel good knowing that we're surpassing our GDP?
Or is the U.S. dollar the original meme coin?
You know, that's a good damn take. The U.S. dollar is the original meme coin. And this is just the result of that, right? Unbelievable. So this is fun. Billions of dollars in debt measured, and we have, where was it, 12,000 billion of dollars, whatever the hell that is. I think it's over like 1.5 trillion a year or something like that. It's getting near or more than our GDP. So not a good look. And with all of this pressure, the FDIC is warning that 66 banks are facing the possibility of insolvency after being added to the problem list. This problem list already includes hundreds of banks that have been on there for months, if not years. Number of assets on banks in the problem bank list. You see, we had a little bit of a calm down after the 2008 financial crisis. Now this bad boy creeping back onto the upside. And we saw this. So flu season kicked off right here. But years before flu season, the reason to print into infinity popped its head above, and then someone coughed in China, and all of a sudden nations across the world have a good excuse to start quantitative easing with unchecked parameters. Anyways, pin C90FTW's list. You did?
Yeah, I got it.
Ooh, he's on it.
Alexandra G also put it in the
Come
chat.
on. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much for doing that, you guys. The support for those victims, very, very needed. There's honestly videos that I don't even want to show of people walking through the disaster zones, and the smell of dead bodies everywhere. We're getting told that the death count's like 100, 200 people by mainstream media. Meanwhile, people on the ground are finding it to be a much different story, and it's about to get very, very, very cold in the location. So any support and help is greatly appreciated on that end. Now, we have so much to get through. I can't even cover all of this. The federal class action lawsuit filed against Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris, Pfizer, and Moderna, waiting on full confirmation of this class action lawsuit to hit. But if it does, will be massive. The lawsuit demands an end to the jabs, chemtrails, and 5G technology. We'll see if this actually comes to conclusion. Michael Yellen.
And who posted that?
This is from Hustle Bitch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, great account. Hustle Bitch, great account. Thanks for asking, too. You know, that's a good reminder. What a name.
Hustle Bitch _ Why? Because he underscores the rampant fuckery of our government.
This is being posted from Michael Yellen, Christy Albinson, Shelby Hosanna, Sarah Bowes, Devin Bowes, and Grail didn't.
Can you imagine if that's like Janet Yellen's like nephew and she's like, motherfucker?
I highly doubt it. And you know what? If this thing moves forward, honestly, that'd be great to see. But they are up against the largest industrial complex on the planet. So God bless. I did go vote. You went and voted early last week.
I voted Wednesday last week.
Yeah, I went on Saturday. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you. I went on Saturday. And
there's over, like when I checked Friday night, there was already over 1 million votes cast in Georgia.
Oh, yeah. People are showing out early, man. It just felt a little odd. Like I didn't get an actual receipt. I just like you put your information into this digital little screen. It prints off your choices.
You run it through a machine.
And then you run it through the machine, but you don't leave with a paper receipt showing exactly.
So I saw, and I don't want to bring up all the election but I saw a clip the other day of a woman that she was kind of silently filming, and like it was, you know, and essentially what it was, she was like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah,
because I can sit here and take this, and I can run it through the machine 7 times, and it counts all 7 things. So if somebody sees that, you know, they see what ballots are posted, they're like, "Oh, these are the ones we want more of." Boom, 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 boom.
Potentially,
and there's also
man.
like 500,000 more votes coming in than are registered voters, and all. It's just,
yeah.
Why can't we do paper ballots? We need to go analog.
Queasy. It's making me queasy, honestly. Thinking about how much is riding on this, and even if Trump wins this election, dude, I feel like civil unrest and mental health crisis is just going to absolutely explode. I feel like therapists are going to be the big winners in 2025. Either way this election goes. So, with that being said, I revamped. I went over my go bags and all my pew-pews and stuff like that. Weapon lights upgraded on all of them. Made sure the grips are good. You know what I mean? I'm staying ready. Just in case things get crazy.
Shot my new gun Friday.
And there's the
afternoon.
Walther.
Walther CCP 9mm.
Is it Walter or Walther?
Walther.
Walther. Okay. You like it?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot 100 rounds through it, and good stuff.
It's feeling good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fancy gun. I was in an argument with Veteran Crypto and Nick this weekend. Yes, M&Ps, they look like statistically under test, they last longer under mud and ice and all that than Glocks. But guess what? I've had both, and the only one that jammed on me out of the two options was the Smith & Wesson, not the Glock. So I remain a Glock Maxi. Now check this out. Donald Trump, let's see here. Donald Trump out at McDonald's. This is an actual picture of the orange one with this spray tan and everything, waving at the people. What a photo op this guy did, man. Incredible.
And that red tie just
it draws it all together. And then we saw idiotic. I mean, this is hilarious. Former President Trump has fixed the McDonald's ice cream machine. Hopefully.
By the way, when this post came out, I've never, other than when Michael Jackson died, I've never seen, like, when on my timeline, it was every single person posting was posting about it. Yeah. So I did a post. I was like, hey, just in case none of you guys have found out, Trump's at McDonald's, just in case you don't, because it's the only post on the internet.
Dude, this is Americana at its finest right here. This is absolutely great. Even if he doesn't win, he won the hearts of millions of Americans by putting the apron on. And also, he's under the heat lamp of the fries. That's got to be uncomfortable for a billionaire. Unbelievable. So interesting to see. True Americana. Of course, Nick had to go out and get McDonald's. The moment he saw that, he posted a picture trolling. I haven't been to McDonald's in quite a while. I felt the inclination to almost go this weekend. How many people do you think actually went to McDonald's just because they saw Trump go into that restaurant? Like, do you think there's a lot of people, or is who's in McDonald's already there?
I mean, just think about how marketing works. Sometimes, even Nick went, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you see, you'll see, at the movies, you'll see a thing of, I didn't get a Coke, so you go and get a Coke, because of the ad, So I would guess their sales are probably up.
No, I'd bet you. Now, hold on, we got to check in on the Bitcoin price. We're trying to bounce back up, but I don't know, this looks kind of weak. What is your thoughts on this Bitcoin dip, Kelly? Because I was looking at this, we got the 618 fib below us. It's sitting at about $64,250. I kind of feel like hammering the scalp long at this level, just because I feel like there's a lot of liquidity that gets grabbed if it hits this on the 7-day. Are you feeling like this is a big retracement that's going to continue, like on the daily candles? Oh God, I got to delete this now. I just scooted it.
Just do Command Z.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
You know what? Press Command Z.
I'm going to do it. There you go. So the daily candle, it's not too ugly, right? Like, it doesn't look too bad, but I just wanted to see a nice healthy cool off at large. And this 66 recentering would basically put us to the top of this recent shelf here. Are you feeling like we'll be able to, are we going to hold the 66 level? Because this is above the 200 MA, isn't it? Like, where's the 200 MA looking like on your charts? Have you looked at it recently?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Didn't look.
I mean, I think that it's right around $64,000, maybe $65,000. So I was feeling like we might be able to bounce off this. And I do feel much better re-entering bigger trades now that we've seen this cool off, because straight up into the right, it's great to see for my spot holds. Yeah.
Just because this blows my mind. Web3 Me says, can't talk to people, so he dances for town hall and does cheap McDonald's ploy. Okay, if he can't talk to people, then why is it Kamala Harris that got pulled off of a Fox interview after 15 minutes because it was getting a little too deep? Whereas Donald Trump has gone on 14 different podcasts and spoken for an hour or more, completely unprompted.
With 4 assassination attempts.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, right? No, I mean, Web3 and Me, he's going to vote the way, or she's going to vote the way they are.
But
I have much love You know,
Might get
you
the
can make decisions. It's still a
player
free
hater of the
country.
year
Honestly,
award.
I'm going to call things as I see them. What you got, Isaac? Are you going to rant?
No, I was gonna say he might get the player hater of the year award.
Oh,
It
player
seems,
hater of the
so-
year award.
Yeah, he might get it. You know, biggest
I
douchebag
don't
in all our
know.
chats.
No, I don't think he's a douchebag.
He's not a douchebag. I'm just joking.
I think Bluegrass Man deserves a Player Hater of the Year award. If it's not me, Bluegrass Man deserves it. And I watched a piece of Dominion. Kind of an interesting take. I listen to Player Haters because I myself am a Player Hater. So shout out. This is a great meme. When they finally raise the minimum wage to $15, here's what it ends up looking like. Fun. You get all the AI implementation and all this infrastructure built for it. Well, look at that. You get AI making your burgers. This is James Franco. Is that James Franco right there? This kind of looks like me, right? Like I kind of resemble this, but with he's got a better haircut than me. You know what? They raised the. I saw some posts about AI and its ability to put food items on, you know, like pizza, let's say, like the spread of pizza sauce from AI is much, much better than some of the best cooks.
Oh, you mean because they do it perfectly symmetrical or whatever?
Absolutely. And super fast. You know what I mean? Like super fast. You're going to get your food fast. I get pretty aggravated
if it messes
with people.
up your order, it's because you put your order in wrong.
That's right. Yes, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, taking some of the human mistake out of that, maybe that might be good for me. But I don't eat much fast food as it is. So there is that. Now this image captured at the end of Trump's shift at McDonald's looks amazing. How happy everyone is to see a satisfied customer. As Donald Trump holds it above the world.
He got ketchup on his face.
They're all smiling now. They changed all their faces to little grins and shit like that. Just what a PR move. But this...
Wait, did McDonald's post that?
No.
Oh,
God, no. It's a Burt McLachlan of the FBI, nonetheless. Let's go here. Obama's beloved chef died of an accidental drowning. This is just a reminder of an accidental drowning that happened under Obama's watch here. Tafari Campbell, beloved chef of former President Barack Obama and his family, died of an accidental drowning in Martha's Vineyard Lake. Officials confirmed a while back Campbell, 45, was paddleboarding at the Edgartown Great Pond on the night of July 23rd when he was seen struggling in the water. But it's just a quick reminder. He was a professional swimmer that was about 6 feet tall, and they found him in a pond that was about 3 to 4 feet deep.
Nice.
Interesting how no one responds or remembers this. You know what I mean? And I should have put this right after Obama going after Bitcoin. But you know what? This is insane to think that a 6 foot tall previous professional swimmer drowned in a 3 foot lake. How stupid do
Tell
they
us
think
you're
people
lying
are?
to us without telling us you're lying
It's just
to
so
us.
aggravating. Like, how stupid do they think people really are? Now, Mark Cuban officially opposes Kamala Harris' plan to tax unrealized gains. Let's have a listen, see if I can hate him a little bit less, because I got an open heart.
When you were asked about the possibility of taxing unrealized capital gains, you said if you really thought that the vice president would do that you'd campaign against her. So I guess that was a true comment you made. And then my follow-up
So what
question,
I said was, I said it's not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. If for some reason she lied about it, I would campaign against her so there wouldn't be a second term.
Okay. Then what I was going to ask you is, and I'm not going to go through, these are like, there's like 20 things, but I'll just pick out a couple that I think would be really scary. If she were to try to abolish the filibuster, if you knew she was going to do...
I'm against that. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Next.
And then how about free health care for all
She doesn't
the
talk about
illegal...
that. So here's exactly what she's talking about with health
But there
care.
were some things she has said. I can pick out probably 10 things where
Joe, I can go back to an
you
interview.
would say, yeah, I'd campaign against her. So what do you like?
So I feel like Mark is left in kind of an awkward situation here. He's finding nuance.
He doesn't like Kamala. He's part of a big section of American voters right now that are voting for Kamala that aren't voting for Kamala.
They're just voting for their party.
Trump.
Yeah,
They're
not
voting
Trump.
for not Trump.
Okay.
There's a difference.
So they just want to see their party at large survive, not necessarily interested in the candidate that's been chosen currently, right? That's kind of a shitty situation, honestly. If you're a Democrat seeing this, that sucks, honestly. And I'm not stuck to the Republicans. I am a constitutionalist that constantly has been voting for Trump. Originally, when Obama came out the first time, I voted for him because I was young and naive. He's like, change, it's going to come, it's going to happen. I was like, great, change sounds great. Man, he just ended up rug pulling me on healthcare.
Hey, I voted for Biden last round.
There you go.
And I cried tears of joy that Trump wasn't going to be in office.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and a long list of things happened after that that just started unraveling. I stopped having TV also.
Did you really?
I stopped having TV, and I was basically doing my own diligence, and I realized that I had a narrative shaped that made me feel a certain way versus knowing facts.
Yeah.
And that's what completely pivoted me.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Cuban, I still dislike him quite vehemently because he's against free speech and all of that that's happening on Twitter. Now we're going to get into some crazy news. I'm just going to fly through this because this paints the picture of the war to come, in my opinion, which I'm thinking will boil to fruition. Hopefully not during this election, because the scary part is this could be happening while America is divided the way it is. But a drone strike launched towards Benjamin Netanyahu's home. Israel says no injuries reported. This is an assassination attempt on Benjamin Netanyahu, utilizing a drone with no casualties, as fighting with Lebanon-based Hezbollah and Gaza reached Hamas. Gaza-based Hamas showed no pause after the killing of the Hamas mastermind of last year's October 7th attack. That happened last week. Now the Israeli military says dozens of projectiles were launched from Lebanon a day after the Hezbollah announcement of a new phase in the fighting. Netanyahu's office said the drone targeted his house in the Mediterranean coastal town of Caesarea, right? Is that how you say that? Caesarea. Neither he nor his wife was there. It wasn't clear if the house was hit or not. It's the second strike aimed at Netanyahu in recent months. Me shooting from the hip. Netanyahu's about to bring some very, very nasty large projectiles down on his adversaries. This is also something that was a conversation of mine this weekend with Vet and Nick. Hot take, tactical cloaks should return. Now, these look cool as fuck. First of all, they look cool as fuck. This is like something out of Star Wars.
I was about to say, it looks like a cross between Return of the Jedi and Call of Duty.
Doesn't it? It's badass.
It's Return of Duty.
And I've seen, they've been utilized in Ukraine to a degree to block heat signatures from IR systems. But you know what? And I agree with Vet on this because we both have this mindset. It's the foliage does a great job. Foliage gives off a lot of heat in and of itself. And if you can find enough live foliage.
Foliage or foliage?
Yeah, foliage. Okay. Is it different? I'm from Colorado. Okay. So you're sitting here cutting.
Foliage.
Okay. Yeah. Trees, plants, bushes. You know what I mean? Put them over your head. You don't necessarily need a cloak, but the cloaks, they are finding some degree of use case.
They're very fashion friendly for the battlefield.
They are too. I mean, you look cool as shit like this. So shout out to it if you must, but foliage will do just a good job just as well. Now China setting an automation cruise missile factory up that can produce over 1,000 missiles a day, working in 3 shifts, according to Chinese Communist television, Chinese media. China's large military industrial capacity is likely to sustain a war effort for much longer than its adversaries, United States, and their production capabilities. That is TBD. I know that there's a lot of things that we don't talk about within the U.S. military and how much money they spent, the underground bases they have. But honestly, I think China they're underestimating America, which is a major fucking mistake. You do not want to underestimate a regime like the Americans that have been overspending by tenfold for decades on their military infrastructure. And honestly, if Xi does want to go to war like it looks like, I don't think it's going to end well for them. President Xi Jinping called on his military to comprehensively strengthen the training and preparations for war. He made these results during a visit to a brigade of the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force just days after a massive military drill around Taiwan. He is doubling down on his aggressive stance, urged his soldiers to enhance their strategic deterrent and combat capability. Focus all of your energy on fighting, work hard on fighting, and improve your capability to win, Xi added. And I did see a lot of people saying that this has never happened. That is not true. Xi has worn military camo from time to time when speaking to the military, but it's more about the context of the time frame he's doing it in that matters more to me. It's also as the United States and Canadian warships pass through the Taiwan Strait. This is happening in conjunction with this conversation Xi Jinping's putting out. And last week, Xi Jinping and the Communist Chinese Army surrounded Taiwan with aircraft and naval vessels. So you got to watch out for that. And we also had North Korea destroying all the railways and bridges, setting it apart from South Korea at the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. Looks like North Korea is insulating itself from the American ally, South Korea, on its border right there, all in tandem. Now here, let's get to altcoins.
Can you imagine you're living in North Korea? You've been planning an escape to South Korea for like 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fuck, they just blew up all the roads.
Dude, I mean, things have went wrong for decades. If you're living in North Korea, bro, like still, like there's, that's where this whole conversation about, freedom isn't horribly necessary. It's more about control of the administrative state and people trying to psyop themselves into thinking that's okay. That's the slippery slope you end up with a system like China or North Korea, where there literally is no escape. Now here's altcoins. This is just a great way to start the altcoin segment out. Here's Bitcoin. I don't really need sound on this one. Bitcoin doing its digging, up 5%. All these altcoins having fun watching. But someone important left the group here. So we had XRP just running away from the upside potential that this bull market is bringing, as the rest of the altcoins are sitting here. And we had some great news for XRP, honestly.
Hey, I got into Moonwell because you told me about it. And I'm
you feeling good?
I'm up I did some diligence. Yeah, I'm up like 15%.
Oh, hell yeah, man. It didn't really give me the pullback I was looking for, did it? It's still been ripping. Moonwell is an interesting project. The base ecosystem, we're not fading that. XR people were feeling good this weekend because Elon Musk mentions XRP after this CBDC simp asks Elon Musk if there's going to be a place for XRP, and they go with the fire Gary Gensler. Yeah, I can agree with that. But XRP's price action really not making me very happy. And I don't even hold this thing. I just want to see people doing well. And it feels more and more like a slow rug that people just will refuse to wake up to. This is where retail lives, at the 53, 54 cents range here. Just very, very muted. This is the month price action after the mouth slap of the SEC appeal. And overall, the all-time graph telling me this is slowly rounding off. I don't know if you can tell or look at that the same way I do, but this upswing, these higher lows are no longer higher lows. So this is starting to lose some momentum on the longer term, regardless of all the good news and Elon Musk talking about it, yada, yada, yada. Altcoin Daily highlighting how far down from the highs altcoins are. Solana, only 36 down from the all-time highs. Ethereum, nearly 50% down from its all-time highs. XRP, 83% down. Dogecoin, 80% down. Cardano, 88. Chainlink, 77. VeChain, 91. Gala, 97. Now, let's just I'll ask you this. If we're stuck, me and you are stuck on an island, and we have to choose one of these tokens to choose from that we're buying today, what are you getting out of this list, Kelly? What do you think? Is it Solana, XRP, Doge? You think Chainlink?
Yeah.
My man. Why is that? Why do you like Chainlink so much?
I think it's the best positioned crypto in the crypto ecosystem.
Yeah.
Because of how integrated it is, how many different integrations it has, Swift to everything. It bridges what's happening in the Web 2 world with the Web 3 world, and they broaden their horizons where they're doing they're going to be doing RWA stuff. There's so much wrapped into Chainlink.
Yeah, I think it's got staying power.
I think it's criminally undervalued.
I do too. I absolutely do too. Now, my Chainlink bag, it's been performing basically as well as Bitcoin. Like I did a massive amount of buying of Chainlink at $5 when Bitcoin was around 30K. What are we at? Like $12 right now. So I haven't really outperformed or underperformed if I had just left it in that Bitcoin holding. We're sitting here at $11.70. And I'm still going to hold on to this bag of Chainlink, but my top, I'm really looking for like $100 to $200 per token on this run. Maybe a 10, if I'm extra lucky, a 20x upside to that. But, there's a lot of people that are looking at Solana being the next Ethereum. And there's a lot of, user interface that's been approved with Solana, but I just don't see it dethroning Ethereum in the long term. I think that the smart contract rollouts on Ethereum, the layer 2s, they have muted the Ethereum token price itself, but You know what? I think that Ethereum's going to be the longer standing winner in this race. Let's check out Chicken Biscuit. Shout out to the super chat here too. $20.
Dude, pull up, go on TradingView, pull up Sol BTC.
All right, let's
This
go.
is crazy.
Let's
Put it
go.
on like the 3-day or the weekly.
Sol BTC.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Bam, bam.
Now go to like the
Weekly. Let's do the weekly. Let's go here.
double click on the right.
Don't tell me what the right is. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Where are you just dragging? Just double click there.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, double click.
Oh, what the hell, man? You're always with the clicky alpha here. I
know.
love this.
Now look at that. It's almost like a giant. It's almost like a giant bull flag
Yeah.
on Sol to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And the projection on that is a 300% gain if it breaks out of that
Jesus.
that flag.
My God. I mean, that looks
that's
coiled.
a 300% gain against Bitcoin's value, meaning
Yeah.
it's going to outpace. So I think Solana is positioned very well.
What are your
the
top
coming
predictions
months.
for Solana? Because I feel like $1,000 ain't too hard to accomplish for it.
You know what? I think are we getting $240,000 Bitcoin or are we getting 135?
I think
You know what I
more
mean? It's
more
like-
likely 135.
If we get like the super adoption wave that comes in and everybody just because now we have institutions that can FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
We could get somewhere in the 180s. I'm thinking it's gonna be somewhere between 140 and 190.
140, 190.
But I think with Solana, somewhere between 800 and 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, if it does break out of the bottom end of this, that's just counting from here to here. That's like up 225% against Bitcoin. Solana, I'm still feeling like $1,000 per token is very tangible. But then, like in the Solana realm, I'm still more interested in the auxiliary plays. I see Drift gave a little bit of pullback here, so I do kind of feel like adding to my Drift bags because this thing is sitting here at 47 cents. It stopped short of continuing to fall at basically this level, which is the bottom end of this consolidation range. This is the yen trade chaos. Dug itself out well, but now it's sitting here consolidated. So I do feel like adding to the Drift play. And I already covered Jupiter. That's my other auxiliary play to Solana. You know what? IO.net is another. It's a distributed GPU project. And I'm sitting here just barely under my average entries for it. My average entry on this thing's $2.
There's another distributed GPU.
Yeah. It's a distributed GPU play on Solana. So, it's probably making up like 0.5% of my overall portfolio, just a small play, but it's a smaller market cap, $227 million. And, this is kind of in the Aether render type thought process for me for, speculative plays while the calm is here before the storm. Do we still like Seamless? Let's see where Seamless is at. I remember that was a good lending play. I think I actually still hold my Seamless. The price action been getting beat up. This might actually be a giga play because it's a very brand new project. Look how fast it moved. Now, Seamless.
What does Seamless do?
I believe it's lending. It's lending and borrowing. Let's go here. It's on base chain. Yeah, it's DeFi borrowing on autopilot on the base chain. So this definitely piqued my interest. I think my average entry is like $3 or $4 on this one. So I'm definitely down from the average entry points. No, actually, it was somewhere in this realm. So I'm not too far down, honestly. Man, I might want to add a little bit more of this thing. Honestly, I need to build up auxiliary Solana and base plays anyways. So this will probably be a decent one for me to add on to because my average entry, I'm like down probably half. I think I got in around like $253 on it. Actually, no, I definitely know that I'm down though. Not down that bad, but this giant candle right here just really skews things for me. I do still like this play as an overall potential, but it's a high risk, high reward type altcoin play. So now this is a great take. So Jake, when did a 10x gain not become good enough? I think his audience is mostly like meme coin maxis. And I feel like a lot of meme coin people feel this way because they lose like 95% of their portfolio chasing every single meme coin that comes out.
Yeah.
And so they need that 100x to feel like they're winning. Basically.
And you have to be like literally glued to the screen. I bought a meme coin it must have been 4 months ago, me and Justin.
Yeah.
And it was like it went up and back down overnight. Like it went up overnight. We would have made like It was like 114x.
Mm-hmm. Really quick.
And the next day, it was below where we bought it, and we're like, we'll just hold it. Well,
Yeah.
it's virtually
zero.
worthless.
Yeah, zero. Isaac,
Yo.
using Bullx this morning.
Dude, I was just being stupid.
You lost money in an incredible way.
It was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I got on Bullx this morning just because I wanted to look at it, and I realized I had money in Bullx. So I purchased the first meme coin I saw with like a $25,000 market cap. Shot up to 40K, went to go sell, and then instantly just rugs. It was great. I loved it.
I was watching it live time. He's like, "Oh my god, it's winning!" Or this way, "Oh my god, I'm winning!" Oh no, you're not, and it's all gone.
44K to 5K in like a second. It was great.
Yeah, but if you're only chasing meme coins and stuff, it's got it. I don't know how people only chase meme coins because that shit, they rug basically everyone. Like, it's pretty crazy to see. So, slight meme exposure, sure, but I'm really more interested in larger auxiliary plays to tokens with heavy utility or adoption. Saw Jupiter Exchange rolling out active staking rewards, now live 50 million Jupiter tokens and 7.5 million Cloud tokens to be distributed to acting voters. Claiming period to be open until the 31st of December. So I'm going to probably have to check in with this. My Jupiter bag, pretty heavy these days from all my adding at the 70-cent range. Might have to see if I can get in on that. This Solana chart, you already covered this. They're calling out the cup and handle and just this consolidation on the handle there. And I still feel like $2,000 or $1,000 for Solana is a point where I think the Solana ecosystem might be finding its local top. If we get a hyper bullish situation, maybe two, but honestly, I'm not trying to set my eyes to the moon. I'm trying to set my eyes on like tangible targets where I can buy another house or just do things that are more reasonable. We also had Standard Chartered saying that Solana could rise by 400% if Donald Trump wins the election. In my opinion, a Trump presidency is much more bullish than a Kamala presidency. But either way, last bull market or last election rather, Bitcoin pumped by like 20% the day of the election. I think it's the surety of knowing who's the presidents and finally the relief of the political season ending helps really push it. But it's also tied to the 4-year cycle, the halvings, and the timeframes after the halving when we see things start to move. You know what I mean? What is this? Why? That's why fair launch memes are next level. Chicken biscuit. You know what? Why isn't there? I just wish we could have nice things and there's like a meme coin that launches where the originators hold like nothing and everyone has to buy some.
That's what OmniSwap's for.
I've even seen things arbitrage there, man. Like I need to see something very fair. You know what I mean? I see because like on the original, like I bought my bump and my D-bar tokens and I still hold every single token. I got rugged. I mean, it's still a battle. Like seeing the chart go absolutely nuts from Solana bots where it pumps up to like $1 million, $500,000 market cap in like 20 minutes. But if anyone were to sell that got in early, you're absolutely destroying the chart because there's not enough liquidity to hold up the market cap flying off the shelf. I don't know, man. It just gets aggravating to see so many insiders being the winners only on these meme coins. You know what I mean? That is kind of aggravating. And I just got to call it what I see as I see it. Let's check out Casper, the proof of work project here. It had a great Caspa.
What's the deal with the cuz in crypto? We got Casper, Caspa.
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it's I can't answer that. I don't know why. I mean, maybe they're all trying to fade each other. Caspa, it pumped up to like 17 cents. Now the hash rate, it's gone nuts. The average miner not making it here. And, I think that the meme coin rollout kind of ruined Caspa. Like the meme coins came out like right at this peak right about. And since then, it's been a ride downhill. Now, at large, do I think it's going to die? No. Where I would feel inclined to buy some of this project would be around 10 cents. Like this is one of those things, like if you weren't listening to the basement, a year ago, you weren't hearing about us mining it. We have Caspa miners running in the workout space. But, for this, I want to see this stop bleeding so heavily and find, like, if it can hold its current level, that is a higher low, and that'd be great. But there's a lot of pressure on this, and the community pretty down and out off after the meme coin rollout. So we'll see. It would be a good higher low to see it find its support right here, but that means that Bitcoin doesn't move downward an inch, and the altcoins can start their real fun times. God, it's kind of crazy seeing all these main gainers today. Holy God. We got a lot of stuff to get over. Now, Van Eck EU launching a staking for VSOL Solana ETP. So a NATO country, not America, launching staking Solana in its electronically traded funds side. That's kind of cool to see. Grayscale starts staking 500,000 Avalanche 2 days ago. That's cool. Good for my AVAX bags. Remelia. This is an unhinged meme coin project that I don't own any of, but I keep seeing this damn figure. Like, this is the, what's that? The Miladies and Remelia accounts. These are unhinged psychopaths of crypto Twitter that are relentless. So I decided, what does the chart look like? Let's go check out the chart right now, because I looked at it this morning and it did not spark hatred. I did not hate what I was seeing. Let's see here. It always pre-populates ham. I don't know why. That's good. So here we go. This is a very new token. It's about 4 or 5 days old. And what I'm seeing here is, you know, if this thing pumps down to basically the shelf, it's not too terribly far from it. It's at a $2.6 million market cap. Came out pretty hot and aggressive, obviously, pumped up to 20 million bucks. But if I see consolidation above and beyond these original buy points, I'm going to maybe get a little bit of exposure. These are the, it's got 7,000 holders, psychotic holders, mind you. Not too many dev dumps. You know, a lot of this is just buying and selling, which is reasonable for me to see. I don't like seeing a meme coin when you go to the top traders and it's all just dev sells. That's not healthy. The bubble maps, let's check it out. I wonder if this is going to work on this computer. So it doesn't look awful. It doesn't look very terrible. These are the biggest wallets. So this one, paired with how unhinged these profiles are associated with this, I kind of feel like might have a chance. It's only a 3,000 follower project on Twitter. So I'll be tracking this one for sure. And then, I don't know, but this is Hoeim tracking the people who got in early on GOAT token below like the 0.004 level. These are all the different contract addresses that found the project at an extremely low buy. Now GOAT obviously doing its stuff. But you know what? I really, really think that tracking these addresses, like how Nick's been tracking these addresses, he's been printing some bucks. Just tracking where these massive like get in early wallets go, and then just slightly fading them. You know what I mean? It's been working out for Nick pretty decently. So looking around here, I also had one from Ardazor, who's tracking people that found Doge early, Shib early, Whiff, Pepe, Bonk. And he's calling out some pretty insane little projects here. Let's see here. What do we got? I want to go through these. Sigma. I've been seeing a lot of this Sigma token. So this is one. Let's go to their Twitter and check out just the overall project. I'm only going to check out one of these. And I love this meme. This meme, I use this one very often. So I think that this meme is one that can live. Let's see here. Punch this bad boy in. And I'm going into this raw. So we don't know. We're going to find $51 million market cap. Jesus. Okay. And it's finding. Okay. Let's see who the top traders are. About half and half on the dev sells to the top traders. That's interesting. Let's see if this is a bot. See, where's the buys on this? You don't see the buys. You just see this one sells. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that. Liquidity providers, holders, got 14,000 holders. Go to bubble maps here. Let's see. We're just snooping around memes. We're looking for the chaos here. This is a large controlling wallet. And they try to spread it out so they don't look so sketchy. I don't know about that. So even though I like the meme, even though it looks decent, I'd probably be staying away from it. But you know what? Insiders might still pump it regardless of my reason. This is from Jackie. Highlighting Pump.Fun, introducing the fastest trading terminal, optimized mini charts, top holder stats, social activity, and more all in one view. 0% fees for the first 1 month. secure, log in via email using Privy to create a non-custodial wallet. Time to dominate the trenches. Pump.fun, turning up the heat. And Jackie with the greatest take on this ever. This must be like how law enforcement felt when they realized that meth was getting laced with fentanyl. So shout out to that. This is the unhinged realm of Twitter and crypto meme coins. This thing looks like garbage. Have you seen this Restore the Republic project?
No.
I keep seeing Crypto Face keeps posting this thing. Look at the insiders. Look at the insiders on the early sell-off. Look at this shit. This is what's aggravating about this. This thing pumped up to $150 million market cap. All the big accounts talking about it. They have their little spaces thing. And it is absolutely slammed back down to the floor. Sitting here at a $12 million market cap now. But this is like part of my aggravation. They're using the Trump crowd and the fight for freedom. Buy this so we can absolutely dump on you. It's just super aggravating. So I'm staying the hell away from this project. Kind of feels like a scam to me. This Solana meme coin GOAT, it gave up some of its market cap, fell by below the $200 million market cap after Truth Terminal posted the ticker is GOAT. That was an interesting inverse reaction, but there's a lot of stuff going on in meme coins. I use extreme discretion and caution when looking at these meme coins, and if I am getting exposure, it's maybe a few $100 at most. I am not looking to lose a shitload of money to some dork in his mom's basement, naked, wearing soiled underwear, and going to the weed store with the profits. So that's not what I'm going to look at. Now, if we got questions coming in, Alden with a super chat. Drew, is Quant dead? Should I get out of it? 15% loss. Now, I can't speak to what you should do, but here is what, if I held Quant and I was down by 15% on the overall bag, let's check out Quant right now. And I'm going to leave my ethics and my anger towards CBDC sims out of this. I'm going to look at this from an agnostic money point of view here. So let's say I'm 15% down on the Quant bag. It's got reasonable tokenomics. There's not too many tokens available at large. I think the total supply is, 14 million Quant total supply. What's the circulating supply? So the circulating supply, 12 million are out. And we got another 2 million tokens to hit the markets. We're at a $792 million market cap. And it looks like a slow ride to hell. So this early birds on it that were 2019, they made out like bandits in the last bull market. But you got to keep in mind, and this is something narrative driven that I want to highlight as my opinion on why this thing pumped from $13 up to $350, right? There's a massive, massive narrative push for ISO tokens being the future of finance during the last bull market. Quant was definitely one of the top ISO talked about projects out there, and it has since fallen off of a shelf in a very, very deep way. And you can see how bad down it fell very, very quickly once the bear market ensued. It fell from $350 down to $50. Okay. Now we look at this time frame, November 22nd or November 2022. It pumped back up to $180, but then has continued to slide off of a scale. And honestly, this looks like a slippery slope into poverty to me. If I am holding, if I'm down by 15%, I probably got in around $80. So I got in right around here, kept sliding on down. Me personally, if I'm holding Quant and down by 15%, that's not too deep of a loss. And I would be looking into finding a faster horse in this crypto race. I'd be looking at auxiliary Solana plays, auxiliary base plays, AI projects. I'd be looking at RWAs. I'd be looking at the next hottest narrative in crypto.
And you don't have to rotate all the Quant that you sell, all the money into one token. Also, you could split it into like something like, I don't want to say you should, but if it were me, I could split it into something like Tau, Arrow, Ondo.
I heard Moonwell might be.
Moonwell.
Well, let's see where Moonwell is. They're bringing up it might be on a little pullback to you. Down 11% on today. Okay. Look at this. I like this. I shouldn't like. I'm so psychotic, right? Like I like when good projects pull back.
Yeah, it gives you opportunity.
It's a good, but that's the mindset I need to succeed, right? I think that Moonwell's probably going to be able to hold this short-term shelf it's built for itself right around 5.5 cents. Overall, this thing's trying to bust into price discovery. So if I can get it near 5 cents, I'm winning. Honestly, it's only at 5.8 cents right now, so I'm not really missing out on too much if I just buy some right now. I'm being greedy about my entry point, though, and trying to get that entry point somewhere around the shelf. And by God, this thing could absolutely punch back down to the 3-cent range. But I've been watching this thing for a few weeks now, and it really hasn't given me too much signs of weakness at large. So getting that opportunity once again in this 3-cent range, not feeling so tangible. And we are coming up right around the corner from November and the nasty portion of the bull market, in my opinion, which is going to follow and basically rhyme with historical context for Bitcoin, the dominance coming down in November, December timeframe, and then altcoins really starting to pump.
Did you see this?
What's that?
Moonwell,
What do we got?
Moonwell joining the Circle Alliance.
Moonwell has joined the Circle Alliance program. Oh, man. With features like USDC Anywhere, Moonwell enables seamless, secure value transfers across the top Ethereum networks. Damn. That is a very interesting play.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to go there, and I'll retweet that here. Good looking out on that. Let's go here. Because this is one of the, it's hard to keep up with all the cool projects out here. I really feel like there's something special to this Moonwell project. I mean, just the price action in and of itself making me feel happy, but let's see. They got all kinds of stuff going on. The Moonwell, total deposits on Moonwell hits the highest levels. Ecosystem rapidly growing, surpassing a previous record in May with $261 million in assets supplied. I mean, they are really starting to climb the ladder as far as TVL and outstanding loans, plus the integration of USDC. There's a lot of good shit going on for this project.
That post was 3 days back. So
was it 3 days back?
Yeah,
They're
so
posting a lot. Look at all these posts. These guys are active as hell.
Super active.
I love to see it.
That's 2 or 3 more posts.
Yeah, let's keep going here. USDC rewards now live. As new markets, Kelp DAO. Here it is. This one?
Yeah.
There it is. Let's get this a retweet. Let's get this
everybody
a retweet.
knows Circle are the team that they basically run USDC.
Yeah, they basically run fucking crypto at this point. Outside of Tether, USDC, Coinbase, Circle, that is the real cabal. That is the real cabal. It's such a dumb name. How can I put money into it? Almost, I think that's the fatigue from Safe Moon, right? Remember Safe Moon? Not safe, did not go to the moon. So I can understand why that would be the wonder. But, lending projects, I think, are going to be pretty cool as long as I get out of them before the bear market rears its ugly head. So, Moonwell, I might miss out if I'm acting a little greedy on it, but whatever. We're covering it because I think it's lined up in the right niche. And, I'll be greedy and try to get my entry point in this 4-cent range, but I might miss it. Tau, I've been looking to try to get it at the 350 to 450 level. We're getting a pullback barely today, 2%. Let's see how close we are. I want to get, because we just teleported right here. We just freaking teleported. So I want to see it retest and find its level of support here. Maybe if Bitcoin keeps taking a haircut, I can get that spot between 350 and about 450, but only time will tell. I think Tau is going to be a great performer this market, and I'm feeling good. Shout out to everyone for coming on the show with me today, man. I got a lot of stuff off my chest. Talked a lot about World War III. Talked a lot about deep altcoin picks, deep meme picks. And Isaac's now going to have to come to the gym, and we're going to box. It's going to be great.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Now, I love and appreciate all of you for supporting us, and shout out to dropping the memberships for the channel. Smallface No Toe, what up, baby? C90FTW, Heaven Peck, Bobcat Meme up in the chat, Jay, Veteran Crypto, Papa Guth, all the people, the lovely faces that I know so well and dear here. Word Sister down in the Rumble chat. Make sure to hit the like on your way out. Share the stream out there to the interwebs. I appreciate all of you for supporting us on a daily basis and paying attention to the top picks in crypto. By God, we're set up to print some money here in 2025. But with that, I'm going to be buying real estate and more weaponry. So I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. I won't be running the morning stream because I'm handling Discover Crypto for a few days. Some great things are happening for Mr. TJ. So I'll be covering his spot on the Discover Crypto show, and then I'll be back here at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, goodbye.
Love you guys.